our channel. I'm Adam.
I'm Corinne.
We are Eat Vinyl.
And this is our very first video here on YouTube.
First video, yeah. Go easy on us, guys.
Go on then, tell them who we are.
Right, so we're a British couple from a city called Norwich here in England. And we're about to embark on our own vinyl voyage together.
Which is really, really exciting.
Yeah, exciting but a little bit nerve-wracking at the same time.
So we've always collected music, haven't we, over the years?
From a young child,
yeah.
I'd had music all around me. We've had thousands of CDs, tapes, and some vinyl.
But last year,
sort
of, we had sold almost everything.
We sold up to go travelling.
Yeah, with a plan to go and travel the world. Yeah.
But unfortunately, here we are. We never went.
And we're still minus the music collection, guys.
Gutted we sold our music now, and but you have to move on, don't you? But we ended up having to turn to Spotify instead.
And unfortunately for us guys, Spotify isn't always cutting the mustard, is it?
No, no. I mean, it's really good for us money. £10, you get thousands of artists and songs, and so it's done us a treat, you know. But
we can't always get.
It's a bit limited for us.
The albums that we want to listen to and stuff.
Which is a shame. But
it is a shame.
Yeah.
And I guess over the years we've always talked about getting a vinyl player.
We wanted to get a decent vinyl player. We've got an amp, speakers and CD player, which we listen to our CDs with.
Yeah, but we're still minus the turntable.
Yeah. We talked about it, but we've never been able to afford to buy one. So COVID-19 came along.
Yeah. Cancelled
our recent trip. So we ended up with a little bit of money. So
and, little did I know what Adam had ticking along in his mind.
Oh yeah.
I come home from work one day, guys, walk in the front door, ask Adam how his day's gone fitting our new shower, and he says,
"Oh, I haven't been doing that."
What?
I've been researching vinyl players instead.
And that was that.
And that was that. So we're now parents of a brand new Riga turntable.
So let's get straight into it, guys.
Yes.
Let's talk about a couple of records that mean something to us.
Yeah.
You can go first.
Yeah, okay then. So mine is Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction. This album changed my life. Everyone's heard of Guns N' Roses nowadays. But when I was a young kid in the late 80s, and my older brother I used to share a bedroom with, we had a vinyl player, and he started buying some of these vinyls, and he had AC/DC, Black Sabbath, Deep Purple, all the classics, and one vinyl stood out for me, and it was this one, Appetite for Destruction. This is his old vinyl. This is one I haven't thrown away, and it's got the band cover, so it's a UK first pressing, and actually compared to how old it is, it's still in relatively good nick.
That always amazes me, how something can be like 30 odd years old. Yeah.
And it's such an amazing album, and back in the day, here in England, as a young child, I didn't know anybody else who knew them.
Wow.
And nowadays they'll play them at birthday parties or whatever, but back then I felt like a right little punk. But this album, when I first listened to it, and Welcome to the Jungle kicks in with that beginning guitar and that, and I was just like, when it kicks in, it exploded for me, and it changed my life. After this album, I got serious about music.
Wow.
It's, you know, I've listened to it millions of times, and I know everybody knows them now, but it still means a lot to me. It's an awesome sounding album. And even this first pressing, it sounds great on our new turntable.
It does, yeah.
We put it on the other day, and playing vinyl on the new player, just everything sounds fresh again.
This is going to sound really cheesy, but it's almost like music is reborn a bit. Yeah, it really makes you smile. Yeah,
it's like listening to it again for the first time, or me as an 8-year-old with those ears, and just
so impressionable at that age as well. Isn't it? Yeah.
And it's not just the vinyl, the music itself. If you know about vinyl, if you love vinyl, look at the artwork. that is incredible.
Yeah, it is.
Like you get music and you get a piece of art at the same time. You know, you look at the band and you sort of like, what were they up to? In this case, wrecked. But it's changed my life. I started playing guitar afterwards. I got in bands, and I never looked back ever again at music. Now I'm starting to collect vinyl again. Anyway,
it's exciting.
Yeah. So if you haven't heard it, I'm sure everybody has. You need to get this on vinyl. So this is the start of our collection, really. Yeah. And
that's really cool.
Enough of my gibbering. Corin's got an album as well, but yeah, I love this, and I still love.
really
I love
cool,
the picture.
though.
I know it's the band one, but yeah, great. And we come from a time of product where we used to always have something in our hands.
It's nice to have like streaming's great to you know, it has its place, I think.
Can walk around or in your car.
But we love to have an actual thing to hold on to and look at, and like Adam said, the art, you know, it's a piece of art
lovely,
as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And the bands put a lot of, you know, time and effort thinking about what they want.
Yeah.
And it's part of who they are, you know, sometimes with artwork.
Yeah.
And I remember as a kid on the bed, you're just sitting there dreaming. It's like, wow, I'd love to be in LA, and you hear about all the bands playing. Yeah. Anyway, great album. Have to have this. Anyway, let's get on to Corin and see what she's gone for.
So for me, when I was growing up, vinyl there was always a record on the player.
Yeah.
My mum and dad were into music, so I got influenced a lot by them.
Yeah.
And then as I became a young adult, more independent, learnt to drive, had my car, the sort of, I suppose, vinyl slipped away, CDs came along, I was always
there
had
weren't
my
as many
music.
vinyl about.
And CDs were great, you know, you put them in the car and off you go, driving down the road. So vinyl, like I said, slipped away.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until years later when I met Adam that vinyl popped back into my life, I guess.
Yeah.
And so my album comes from that time and reminds me of when we first met. And my album is Dire Straits.
Yeah, the first album.
Yeah, and it just takes me back to a time. Music, I'm sure for everyone, can just transport you back to a place in time.
Memories. And
when you put a song on, it can like just take you there. And this is what this album does for me. So it was one evening early on in our relationship, sitting in Adam's flat on the couch, and he put this album on.
Yeah.
And Down to the Waterline, first track, came on, and it still gives me goosebumps.
Yeah, it's a beautiful track. It starts off with like beautiful sort of eerie guitars, warm.
Yeah.
You hear sounds like the boats coming in.
Yeah.
And then it kicks in. It just sort of gets in this great rhythm.
And I hadn't really touched on Dire Straits until I met Adam. So not only is it special to that particular time, but he introduced me to a great band, and I love them.
Yeah, and I love them. They weren't the most fashionable bands. They were all sort of like a middle of the road type, maybe older guys listen to. Yeah. But once you hear that guitar, that lovely pick and that chicken picking sound popping off the Stratocaster, absolutely, that's a great album. And
so as soon as we knew that we'd obviously made the decision to get the vinyl player. It was like that. I knew.
Had to get.
I knew what, because he had previously had this, obviously, because he played it to me. But this was one of the ones that got sold.
So this is what we picked up this week. It's the first pressing on Vertigo UK,
Vertigo,
and you can still pick it up in England for relatively cheap. This vinyl was in mint condition.
It sounds amazing. Again,
not a hairline scratch on there.
And on the new system, just the new vinyl
sounds
player.
Awesome.
Sounds really, really good.
Yeah, so it's an album you have to get.
Yeah.
As an introduction to Dire Straits, it's got Sultans of Swing on, and that just sends you crazy listening on that vinyl player.
Yeah. It's epic. I love it. It's really important to me. Yeah.
Imagine, not just us, everyone has an album, I imagine, with a memory.
Guys, tell us,
What's your vinyl? What gives you your biggest memory?
It's really important to you.
It takes you somewhere.
Like a moment in time
Let us know. And
we'd love to hear.
Not just that, because we're new to this.
Yeah.
What other vinyls sound great?
Yeah. What would you recommend for people who are just starting to collect,
Seriously, yeah.
Yeah. We'd love to hear your recommendations.
Yeah. And really, because we're new to this, we've just been reading.
Oh my God, we are far from experts.
We're not experts, we're newbies at this.
But we're really keen and excited, and we've sort of been delving into the world of
matrixes,
pressings, mastering. Oh my God, our minds.
And all these different pressings are different.
It's so interesting, but I really feel we've opened a can of worms here.
So maybe you guys will be able to help us learn a bit more. We can help each other.
Yeah, we'd love to learn more.
Yeah, so let us know your favourite album, and also let us know where you come from. It'd be interesting to know whereabouts in the world you are.
Yeah, we'd love to know where these avid vinyl collectors are.
Yeah.
And it was funny. We got our vinyl player. It arrived. We set it up. So exciting. And so we had to christen it with a beer, didn't we? We sat down one evening, put a record on, cracked open a beer, and it just the sound. Yeah, the sound
didn't
it? Blew us away.
Yeah, because after we've listened to our two vinyls, we then put Spotify on through the speakers to listen to some more music, and I couldn't believe it. I thought the amp was playing up. It just went tinny.
Do you know what?
There's no roundness, no warmth feel.
The warmth that you get from the vinyl is incredible.
Yeah.
We sound a bit gushing, but I think we're just a bit blown away.
Yeah,
really.
And this is something we've been wanting for a long time. And if you're interested in getting starting vinyl, the difference between a cheap turntable, hi-fi over turntable, to a proper... We haven't got an expensive one. We've got a Riga planer. But it's awesome as a starter.
Yeah, really, really chuffed.
We are so pleased with that.
Really chuffed. We don't have many vinyl yet.
No.
We've got a few, but we're excited to start collecting.
Yeah, we don't know where this journey will take us.
And we'd love you to come along with us.
Yeah, so if you'd like to come along with us, why not hit subscribe?
Yeah, hit that notification bell so you know when we're going to upload another video.
And give us some comments about your memories or any tips you can give us as newbies.
Yeah, to this. We want to hear from you. We'd love to.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm Adam.
I'm Corinne.
And we are
Vinyl.
Good night.